So heat here. Someone want to explain this one?
So you basically,
Oh, what the? I've never bounced there before in my life.
oh, neither have I. That's interesting. So uh, you start, you will save time. The earlier you shoot here, the earlier the whole thing sets off. But more importantly, you need to kill 4 enemies as fast as possible. So you really want to get 4 kills before those mortars go off and get rid of all the enemies. And then you want to wait for this dialogue. And after Gaz replies to Price and says copy, you can start killing 3 people. And I think you have a certain window here where you don't lose any time. I think you've got a little bit of time to get those kills before it actually matters.
Yeah. I think that's
Actually,
right.
no. That is,
Wrong?
it's
Okay.
immediate, so.
Interesting. So I've done this where I had, like, I did it badly and I kept getting good smoke times. So I just kind of made that guess. I thought that's how it was.
It
Also,
can
Kluger, I
be,
haven't learned
because
your
there is
claymore
an
spawns,
enemy
man.
that, or there's a friendly, some machine gunner friendly that spawns somewhere that the game waits for to get into position. So that might be on a static timer, but
Okay.
yeah, that's just, it's good to do it fast.
That last claymore wasn't necessary, by the way.
It was for the memes. I don't know what
And
else
Was
to
it
do
just?
with it.
Wasn't sure.
just to mention, if anyone out here is interested in running veteran, the amount of people you have to kill varies by difficulty. So on a veteran, you have
Yes.
to kill 8 people after the mortars or C4 go off. So
It's
instead of
good
3.
information for me. I haven't played through this level on veteran recently and didn't realize.
So yeah, normally it wants you to jump on the turret there, but we kill all the enemies needed with those claymores that I set up to spawn these helicopters in, basically starting this next sequence sooner, or as soon as possible.
Yeah.
There are theories on, like, also you should probably kill these guys to prevent like them from pushing your teammates.
Make a save before the detonators come available.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
we just want to cover a few different things. So maybe here.
Yeah. So the fastest detonators is just like this one, then this one. You can also get like a certain distance away before you put the detonator down, which like gets you in a position for the next detonator. So that was really lucky. I didn't team kill, but what can
Yeah.
happen sometimes is these blast zones, a teammate will get pushed into it, which I'll kind of demonstrate here. So like if you're a
Most
little
commonly,
slow, go ahead.
it most commonly happens on that third one. If you're doing it in this order, that's the one you really have to watch out for.
Yeah. And sometimes your teammates are, you know, you can kill them and it's okay, but for whatever reason on this one, like they just, you kill anyone, it's bad news. So safest strat is actually this far right window. And then back over here to this left side, looking for any teammates to be coming around this broken house. If you see one, it's probably best to just stop and just wait. Because killing them would be very, very bad. So that's kind of what I use for like full game runs, is that method that I just used right there.
Yeah, and I do it a bit differently, but it's basically just find out what works for you, and you will just see how things work, how your friendlies move up. You just have to get an eye for it, I guess, or a feel for it. So
I'm creating a save here to demonstrate. So there is the kind of like casual way of doing this, and that's just mainly focusing on these ones on the left first. Also, you can accidentally blow up your helicopter sometimes with the javelin, or shoot it and get a fail. So that's something that's really interesting. And then, so you focus on the left ones first, and then the hill ones on the right after.
The left ones are the ones that really damage you, which is why.
Yeah. So essentially, this is like, if you get forward and they're at to a certain point, they will just completely rail you after a certain amount of time.
And you're not getting shot at all.
Right now, they're actually cooperating pretty nicely.
yeah, it's really weird how they're not hitting you.
Yeah, this is kind of shocking.
There we go. A little bit.
But even this, like, I'm not getting completely
Yeah, wow.
roasted. But yeah, you can sponge a lot of damage, which is why sometimes you'll see, like, in a full game run, like, the runner will just say, screw it. But see, there, now I'm getting absolutely destroyed. So
Yeah, this is normal. Okay.
that's more normal. What you saw before was
Just
kind
still
of
alive somehow. Okay,
not ideal. So what you want to do is you want to take out these two, or this one on the right, if you're doing RPG strats, which is a little bit quicker. I'm not sure exactly how much time it saves, but
It's about
significant.
5-ish if you do it really well, and it's not hard, but it's a little risky with this tank, and it's also if you get some seriously bad RPG luck and it just like flies into the sky twice, and you have no RPG ammo left, that's kind of a big time loss.
Yeah, and also if you're bad with like movement and picking up weapons, you can always grab the RPG before, if you want to do that. But it is risky, and yeah, obviously like now all these dudes are here, so that's a perfect example of why RPG strat is a bit scary. And I got really close to the tank there because sometimes the RPGs will just stray straight into the ground, which will obviously not hit the tank, and you need to get 2 shots on it to kill it. So let me try and do this
Right.
how you would normally go for fast RPG strat. So I'm gonna come out here a little early. So I'm not getting shot as much because the left one's a little bit more friendly, and now I have more time to get this RPG shot.
And you can shoot straight through this fence, which I didn't know, so that helps.
So those are all dead. If you're scared about running into that cluster of enemies, you can go right. Just you may run into another cluster of enemies like that. But you should be able to manage to get past them. If not, just like take a second to kill them, because dying is way worse than just, you know, taking a minute. Because I think it's pretty much on a timer, correct?
Yeah, does movement even matter here? I feel like someone said that, but I didn't think it did. I wasn't sure.
I feel like you might have to
I'm-
get to this fence here, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the helicopter spawns once you get down here.
Okay, so you do want to rush down here, like, as fast as you can reasonably, without being too risky.
But like,
Sure, sure.
be careful with your jump strafes down, because some of these hills are pretty high. So if you get shot by an RPG while you're also strafing down the hill, you can pretty easily die. And then here
Oh,
we're
you
literally
actually
just
have
waiting.
to get down here for the heli to spawn. This is a bit late looking at the dialogue.
Okay, so yeah, I guess try to just get down here as quick as you can. Also,
Yeah.
there's an invisible barrier here, so you can't board until Griggs comes down.
Once you pass the fence and after a certain dialogue starts, it's true, so yeah, I guess
okay.
you can probably get down there faster than the dialogue, and then it doesn't matter. Maybe.
That's one of those things I always thought was the case and just got to the bottom as quick as I can, but I never knew that like that was exactly why. So that's really cool.
You'd be
Also-
surprised how often world record holders do that kind of stuff, and they just
Yeah.
it works, so I keep doing it. I don't really know why.
Also, one more point about heat. Chirp got this really rare thing where the javelin didn't hit the one tank on the hillside on the right. So you should always watch the objective marker, I guess, to see if
Oh,
there's
yeah.
any tanks left, just in case. He died 3 times because he thought that he destroyed the tank, but it never blew up. The javelin just hit the rocks.
That's tragic.
I have never
Yeah.
seen that happen. So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
me neither, but it's really rare.